Hey, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Uncommon Faith. It's your girl, the Flower Bee, and I'm excited about our show tonight. I know I'm going to be rocking it out with my big sister. Y'all know her, y'all love her. One of the amazing co-hosts of the show, Miss Regina Brown. And we got to give a shout out to our other sister, Deandra Scott, guys. She will not be able to join us tonight, but I know she'll be blowing up the chat, as I know she will throughout tonight's show. So, guys, tonight we're going to be talking about, of course, we're going to jump into I Know God is Real. We're going to be diving more, giving more details about this amazing retreat, and we're going to be wrapping up our our detox series, right? And then we're going to give you a sneak peek as we begin to transition into our next series, and as we begin to wrap up the year. So I'm so freaking excited. Let me see if my girl is ready. Hey, Gina, how you doing? I can't hear you. I can't. Oh, you muted. You muted. You unmuted.
Apparently I was muted. Hi.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm hanging.
Really, G? You just hanging tonight, boo?
I'm hanging. I'm hanging. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It is. It's going down on a Tuesday. Y'all know what it is. Every Tuesday night, you can catch us live on Stunner Radio. Shout out to Stunner Radio and all the Stunner Radio fans out there. All of our faithful listeners, we love you. We appreciate you. And guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social platforms. Support the show, share the show, because this show really helps. Because here on Uncommon Faith, we focus on areas of your life that's going to help you be able to recalibrate and live that purpose-driven life, to live that purpose-driven life. I think we got a little bit of tech issues going on, but we're gonna rock it out still. We're gonna rock it out still tonight, guys. Oh my gosh! So let's see. Let's check on Regina. It's a buzzing noise. It sounded better without the headphones. Yes, it's been a rough. When I say rough, it's been a rough week for some of us. But you know what? We pushed through, guys. We pushed through. Hey, Gina, can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
Since my headphones are not working, I apologize, guys. I cannot be responsible for what you all hear in the background.
Anywho, let's keep it moving. You something else. Y'all know we are wives, we're mothers, we are entrepreneurs. We the house be jumping, right? This is real stuff, right? This is real stuff that we be going through. And like we said, this has been a rough week, or a rough couple weeks, right? Just because of new things, adjusting, right? New seasons, all types of things, coming up. We had to continue to grieve some of our family members' birthdays, just came up. But, I realized that, as I was reflecting in my I Know God is Real for this week, I was just reflecting on, because y'all know it's my birthday month. Shout out to all my Scorpios out there. Gang, gang. Y'all know what it is. But as yes, Didi, we know you're going to be back next week. But as I was really reflecting, y'all, just dealing with the birth of Riley, let me just get to it. And when I go back and I look at the group text messages that my husband was sending out to the family, because I had to have an emergency, C-section. It was bananas. And then all the stuff that happened afterwards. And, I'm just so grateful that little Riley, y'all, who is 1 year and a couple weeks old, or not even a couple weeks, she literally saved my life. Because if I would have went into, natural birth, I probably wouldn't be here. Especially according to the doctors and how my body reacted to, just transitioning into labor. So, Gina, I was just like, wow, that little girl literally saved my life.
It was a roller coaster ride. It definitely was. We were emotional wrecks. Clearly, it was pandemic time, so we could be there, and that's a first. Not being able to be present at the time. So yeah, and when you mentioned it, it just kind of took me back for a second, and just like the messages and how we were good, and then things took a turn, and it's like, well,
Right.
wait, what? What you mean?
Right, right. It was in just I really had to look back on it because as I was laying there going through everything and they're just, all this blood and stuff that I'm losing and they're just putting it on the scale. They're just putting it on the scale, right? All of these, and I'm gonna get a little graphic, like all of the clots and things that were coming out, they were just like handfuls. It was just wow. And they were just putting, I'm like, I'm literally losing that much blood. Like literally, if they don't stop this, you know, had to have my first blood transfusion. That was weird. Because you hear so much stuff and you like, really? I literally have to get a blood transfusion. So y'all, I know God is real because little Riley said, you know what? Today is the day. I'm coming early and I'm not coming the right way. Y'all gonna have to come get me. Like, because I need me and my mama here to tell this story. But yeah, Gina, I was just really just reminiscing and like, wow, God is just so dope. And I know that He is so amazing. Um, just things that she was doing because she was like in the birthing position for months. And then all of a sudden, as I'm trying to get into active labor, she turns like literally sideways, not even breech, so they can still, go ahead and make it happen. She turns horizontal in my belly, and I'm like, wow. So that's my I know God is real, y'all.
Yeah, it was an emotional time.
It was,
We're
it was.
grateful. God knows He always has a plan, and we don't see or know necessarily what's coming or what's around the corner, and why He's prolonging us from different situations. In fact, today on the way home from work, you know me. So both lanes, on my little 2-lane street I'm rolling down, both cars was driving slow as molasses beside each other with just a little bit of space. So I couldn't go anywhere. I had to sit there. And finally I was like, thank you, Lord. Because I don't know
Mm,
what you are saving me from right now. Because
right.
this little Speedy Gonzalez right here would have
Mm,
been gone. So whether it was a ticket, an accident, or something, I'm just like, thank you. You got me trapped. You got me sitting right here for a reason. So I'm okay with that. And I had to let it go. But soon as the car moved,
you was
soon as
gone.
he turned and got on out my way, yeah, it was on.
This
Had to
was
get where I
real.
was going.
Wow. God, I know God is real because He's kept you all of these years with your little NASCAR stuff. Because legit, you could really be a NASCAR driver.
Thank you,
Um,
sis. I agree.
no, but I remember the very first time that you hit 100 and you were scared.
Yeah,
You were scared, and that's just such a testimony that sometimes we're afraid to go, to stretch ourselves, to push ourselves literally to the limit or surpass that limit. But when we get there, we find so much comfort there. Like, oh, that ain't nothing. Like, I exist at this higher limit now, right? Like, this
this
is
is
my new playground. Like, anything below this is it's mediocre to me. Like, why am I here? Like,
that's
this does
right.
not
That's
serve me,
good. I mean, it's
right?
not, there are a few places I can go where the speed limit is on my level, but most times that's not where it is.
Right. All gas, no brakes, Didi. All gas, no brakes. Like no
But
brakes.
you are right. You are right. I was nervous. I was scared. It's not oftentimes that it's your parents, the one that
Right.
is pushing you to do this. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what? Like, and he won't go stop until I did it. So, but yeah, after I did, I was like, okay. And I've been
Right.
there ever since.
Exactly. And I think that more parents should push their children to the limit instead of bringing the limit down to where we're comfortable at. It's
Right.
almost like that YMCA mindset. It's like where everybody, everybody wins, everybody gets a trophy,
I
everybody
don't know
gets a
why everybody
bag.
be hating on YMCA. Look, I had
I
to get
love
with
the
one of my
Y.
friends.
I
Look,
love the Y. You know that I'm a faithful Y parent. We have multiple memberships at different gyms across the city, all of this stuff. The kids love the Y. But I
yeah,
will say that when it comes to having that sense of competitive spirit,
yeah,
having that sense that I can push myself, higher, I can, and parents being okay with pushing their kids to the limit. Now, I'm not saying to force them, I'm not saying be no Joe Jackson. Don't come for me, y'all. I ain't saying Joe Jackson, but I'm saying it's okay to push our kids to do more. Like,
King
for example,
Richard, more King Richard.
really. But guys, I recall a time like my girls, they have beautiful voices. And I know God is real because I have seen when I push them a little bit, it's amazing what they can do. Like one year, at RPC, I pushed Deja to join the holiday choir. And she did not want to do it. It's a bigger church, so she was cool with chilling in the background and not let really just fade into black almost, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna give my little word, and this is it. But when she joined the holiday choir, she met new friends. She got to see the inner workings of the church a little bit more, and she actually enjoyed, singing in the choir, and they were amazing. So I encourage you guys, push your kids a little bit harder. Like, don't what am I trying to say, Gina? Don't allow them to be mediocre all the time.
Yeah, don't always give them the easy road out or the easy way out.
Right, right. All right, y'all. So you got something else you want to add to I Know God Is Real, Regina, before we pivot?
No, I think, hey, I am starting a new journey in the middle of this week. So I know God is real because He is continuing to direct my path, and I'm just trying to follow.
Amen. Well, I know
And
you got two new journeys you about to embark on this week because really tacky. Y'all are really. If you know, then
what?
if you know, then you know. I'm talking about the comments. If you know, then
King
you know.
Richard, come on.
All right, y'all. So, Regina, you're actually embarking on two journeys this week because
I am.
you getting ready to have a whole another man in your house. A whole nother man that's not your
Help
husband.
us, Lord.
So, how are you feeling to finally have your, this young adult? Like legit, he's about to be an adult according to the world that we live in.
Okay, I was about to say, according to the law, not according to my house.
You know how I feel in my house.
Yeah, not according to my house.
But how do you feel? Because a lot of times when we're raising these young adults, whatever the laws of the land say, they think that the laws of the land surpass the laws of this house.
Yeah, and that's why I had to start instilling in him very early, right? That here in Brownland.
Not
Yeah, no.
Brownland.
You are not grown until I tell you you are grown, sir. You know.
Right,
Um,
right.
but nonetheless, it is a milestone age. We've experienced it. We know how excited we were to get there. And nonetheless, he's been testing me or trying me, walking around talking about mama. What you gonna do? Because I'm grown.
Mm. That boy said
Boy,
he
don't try
grown.
me.
That boy said he
Yeah.
grown.
And his everybody knows since before he even hit double digits, his thing was he wants to jump out of an airplane. He is such a daredevil,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just always has been. So I will admit he gets it honestly from his aunts, not from me. Um, but
His
yeah,
aunt that's not
so
here.
right, yes, one of our friends of the show,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sylvia Savoy. But yeah, so we're excited about this new milestone for him and for us. I can't even lie, I've been emotional wreck all week.
Thank you for finally just standing up and telling the truth.
I've just been a
Finally.
mess. I have just really been a mess. I think Saturday is going to be more difficult for me than it. Like he gonna be all. I'm just gonna like. Ah. And every time something happens, I think back to you and Deja, and you reaching these points, and me telling you, really, like you doing the
Like you're
most.
doing the most, like you over
You,
exaggerating, Flower. No,
you really doing
it's
the most right now.
major.
And I think at the end of the day, I'm probably doing so much worse than you are.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are.
So
Oh, I
y'all pray
know.
for me.
I'm just waiting. That's why I had to bring it up. You got two milestones this week.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
got
that.
multiple milestones this week. But I tell you, even
Yeah.
with
Maybe he'll stop by and y'all can he can stop by and say hi to you guys tonight.
oh, okay. So he on. Okay, all right.
He
Well,
just got in from football practice. You know, the team, they made it in the first round, well, past the first round. So we have second round playoff games. That'll be the last one.
oh, okay. All right. The last one. Why you gotta
Yeah, we
make the
won't make
mistake?
it.
Okay.
We ain't gonna make
Okay.
it past this round.
Okay. Well, that's what you think. So that's what we gonna receive that.
Eh,
Um, but that's what it is. But y'all, I encourage you as your kids, get older, as they transition into adulthood, really seek God for wisdom. I have found that I have asked the Lord to give me words when I did not have the words, and He's done it.
Yes,
He's come through. That He's, and my husband be like, your parenting style didn't change, or this has changed. The where you get that idea from? I'm like, the Lord just gave it to me. Like, I literally don't move until He tells me to move, especially when it comes to the adult children, because you don't want to do anything to damage that relationship, because what they don't
right.
realize is that they need you more, almost more as an adult than they did as a child, right?
Hmm,
They just, it's
that's
it's,
good.
it's a different type of relationship. And um and now, as a parent, this is the time where we really see what we've shown our kids. What do I mean by that? It's like the life that we've
Yes,
lived. What life are they going to either attract to or attract from? you know
absolutely.
because I'm totally the product of, yeah, I'm the product of, running away from some things that I didn't like as a child, and running towards things, especially like going to the Lord and stuff like that. So I definitely encourage you to seek wisdom during this time. Embrace your feelings, Regina. You got a little bit before you got the next one coming out. I got another one. She got,
Oh
like,
yeah. I'm going to
embrace
enjoy
it.
every bit of this time, this transition, this I'm owning all of my tears and my sorrows and my joys. I'm putting them all together and
We
just
know
having
you're
a
gonna be
whole
this crazy drama queen.
big smorgasbord.
The family is already ready for you to just be a hot Holy Ghost mess. A hot
Really?
Holy, yes. I already know you're gonna be like a total mess. Like graduation, his birthday, like everything, like his everything. Even though football season over, but you're gonna feel something like that's the last time he gonna dress
Of
up in high
course.
school. All
Like
of that. So we're ready for you to be that emotional. I'm just letting you know that we know, and we already prepared for the essence of what Regina is about to experience. So that's all I'm
well,
saying.
thank
Just
you. I
get ready.
appreciate you all being there and holding me up and being prepared. And hopefully I won't let you down.
Oh, I know you're not gonna let me down, because you are the you never
I don't disappoint.
never this Didi, help me out.
I
Never.
don't
Big
I don't
facts.
disappoint.
Big facts.
But
What
let
Didi?
me
There she go. Big facts. I know it was coming.
that's
Never
fine.
disappoints.
I'm
Never
good with it.
disappoints, y'all.
But let me tell you something, LaFlower, this updo, I'm liking this.
Thank you. I'm
Yes,
trying
I
to get
see,
my
you
life
know,
together, y'all. I'm
did your
trying.
did your face a little bit today.
Yeah, I'm
And
trying,
yes,
y'all.
I'm liking this flavor you giving me.
I'm trying not to show my whole age. So, the closer I get to 40, oh my God. It's like I'm trying really hard to just I'm doing things that I would have done earlier in like my early 30s or 20s. And that's just really embracing my femininity more, because
In
it's
what
all,
ways?
in what ways, just embracing what is beautiful to me, right? Not worried about culture, not worried about what other people think.
Yes.
And you find out when you really appreciate the beauty that you have, like, I don't have to show if I want to show it, I can. Like, if I want to show it, I can.
Oh, you
Um,
can show it. Come on, then.
I'm sure Mr. Bowie will co-sign it because he'd be like, show a
I
little bit
know he
more,
will.
show a little bit more, show a little bit
I
more.
know he will.
Does anybody else's husband be like, show a little bit more skin? Like, come on,
No,
show a little bit more cleavage. Come on.
mine absolutely not.
Might be
Cover it
like,
up.
girl, he'd be like, ugh.
Really,
Exactly.
baby?
Exactly. That's what I'll be laughing at every week, child. Every week. Or when we on our morning conference calls. Y'all, we do have morning conference calls. But anywho, so yeah, Gina, I'm just embracing my femininity because I think that it's so many women that now mind you, I'm doing this more publicly. I've done this behind closed doors, and especially in my relationships and conversations and stuff like that. But I'm just doing it more publicly because I see that there's so many women who are embracing so much masculine energy. And so I still want to show people like, hey, you can be that, you can be that you can still be that chick, but there's so much power in you being a woman. There's so much power in the essence of woman and just us playing our role as a woman. And that's why really it's just so much beauty in just the essence of a woman, a real woman, right? And a real woman is not all about sex. It's not all about all of that.
No, and that's true what you're saying because there's power, right? There is such a level of power that females don't even realize they have. Like we are truly uniquely made,
Mm-hmm.
and we do what we do for a reason, and I know that oftentimes when you are a strong female, it is taken as you being masculine,
Right.
right? Just because you are strong-willed and strong-minded and things like that. I think we've talked about that before, and the struggles with the virgin women versus their husbands, and how we
Lord.
all experience the same struggle, and that, oh, you want to be the man. No, I
No, I don't want
don't.
the pants, baby. You wear all the pants. Take all the
I
pants.
don't. So it comes accepting, us and who we are, but very importantly, like you said, realizing what it is to be feminine. And it's liberating when you understand that and you're okay with yourself. And like you said, you do it for you. I don't have to do what I do for anybody else. And I'm good whether I do it or I don't. I'm happy that way. And it's like for me and me versus you guys, like y'all can go out and do your little mini skirt and do your something. And I'm just like, you, you,
You something else. You can
You
put
know me. Like that's not gonna do anything for me. Like that's just gonna make me feel like, okay, I need to go cover up. I
right,
can't.
right. And that's what's so beautiful. And it's like for everyone to know, it's like, what is beauty to you? Like what makes you feel comfortable in your own skin, right?
Exactly.
Now, don't get me wrong, Gina, you got some things, and when you put them things out there, you ain't got to be showing all of it, but there's a certain way that you carry yourself, and it's so beautiful. And it's like what so many women don't realize is like literally that saying is you get more bees with honey than they no, you get all of that than vinegar.
Yes,
It's so
you had it
true.
correct.
And so true. And I have this whole chapter in the book that's coming out, woman, mistress, wife, because a lot of the conversations, a lot of the connections that I had with these men, it came from just me embracing and exuding femininity. No, I wasn't walking around half naked or anything like that. They were just attracted to the essence of the woman that I am, right?
Come
And
on,
all of
then.
it, I'm
What's
just
your
so
essence of your woman that you are?
I'm just so serious. And it's funny because um their wives, and like when all of these relationships weren't intimate relationships, but a lot of the wives, it was like they didn't see me as a threat because I didn't look like an Instagram model. They didn't
Hmm.
they didn't see me as a threat, but it's like I have what your partner is desiring.
Right.
like that essence, that oil that I carry, that thing, that being a woman, and being so authentically me, just being flower, right? It's like that's what they want. It's like a lot of times these men, they don't want, you know, that IG model. They don't want that cookie cutter person that they see on Instagram. Yeah, they gonna look at it. You might go through your dude stuff, and he probably following about 5,700 IG girls. Okay, let him follow that, but I guarantee you, he won't wife one.
No, no.
Right?
I mean, depending on, like you said, where they fall, but the level of authentic.
Come on, you can do it, baby. You can do it. Just slow down and use your brain. I can't talk. So
You sound like me talking to Raina. Take your time, honey.
it's okay, baby. We're gonna get through this together.
Authenticity.
Right. Right. It's so beautiful, Jenny. It's so beautiful. So I can't wait. I'm even thinking about I think I want us to do like a whole weekend course on just like the essence of femininity and just bringing that back, because I think so many times when we're so caught up in, getting the bag and all of this stuff, it's like we can get the bag and still have that and still carry that essence. We can get the
Oh,
bag and
yes.
still come in the room and walk in total authority, not because of the labels that we carry, not because of the Louis, the Gucci, the all of that we have on, but they see something that they can't put their name, they can't put a
Oh, yeah.
word on,
It's a
they can't
name
put a
that we
name on it,
carry.
you
Let's be
know,
real. There's a name I
right?
carry when I walk in.
Right? But that's the difference that I'm seeing. Y'all, I'm over here playing with a puppet. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm just saying.
You want me to pull my puppet? You want me to pull my fidget out?
I don't know. One of the kids just left it on my desk, so I just been over here playing with it. But it's such a beautiful thing. These
And
kids
it
got
has
us
the
buying
pops.
all of these gadgets. Yes, Didi, you're so right. It's so attractive. It's almost more attractive than seeing a woman naked. Just the mystery. But we're gonna get into that. But I really, I've been thinking about it, working on it, and so we're probably really gonna do almost like a weekend immersion of just femininity, just getting back to who we are as women, not as women who struggle for we're not gonna be, what's the voting lady name with the vote with the when she got her arm up and she got the handkerchief.
Oh,
What's her name? I need Zoe,
I
because
don't
Zoe
know.
is all about she's one of my daughters. I think she's a total feminist. It's I think a couple of are feminists, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did y'all get this from? Because that's so not me. But I think that that's just a part of culture. Um, and I would definitely want to talk about that, because I know we want to get back. We want to take a quick break. So we're going to get a break, and we're going to get into our detox topic for tonight. We just doing all off, but it's all good. Kaylee got three on my test. Yes. But we're getting ready to go to break, guys. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about our detox topic for tonight. We're going to give updates for the retreat that's coming up in December, guys. So please stay tuned to Uncommon Faith. We will be right back after we pay one or two bills. Be right back.
Life is better when you are living on purpose, but many times we get stuck in the rat race and in the mundane task of our day-to-day lives, causing most to lose sight of their purpose. That's why certified life coach, inner healer, and business strategist LaFlower Bowie is here to help you get calibrated to your calling through proven systems, techniques, and resources. Order a copy of her book, Principles to Reposition, to assist you with your journey, or schedule a free clarity session to kickstart the journey. After these sessions, clients have stated they found clarity and opened their eyes to things they had long forgotten. So get social and follow LaFlower on all social media platforms at LaFlower Bowie. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
Really, you playing with this fidget spinner. Hey guys, welcome back to Uncommon Faith. It's your girl LaFlower and my big sister Regine. We missing our co-host Deandra for tonight, but she all up in the chat, y'all. She here with us, and we know she gonna be back rocking it with us next week. And so, Gina, how have you been feeling about this whole detox series that we've done so far as we get ready to wrap it up?
I know, right? I It's been an interesting journey for me. I've been on and off.
Tell
But
the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth.
absolutely, absolutely. I have tried a little of this and tried a little of that, different things. I am ready though to start my, you know, removal of meats. I just said I was, I know before I typically try to do it for November and December, but November it just didn't happen. So
Oh,
we're gonna aim for December. Um, Depending on what the chef is throwing together at the retreat, then I might have to deviate a little bit,
now the
but
dabble in the meat.
absolutely,
Okay, okay.
absolutely. But
I
I
feel
have
you.
definitely tried to do more on my teas and the detox teas and things like that. So that's definitely helped me. I've started even doing the sea moss peels. Like I know we talked like I'm accustomed to the actual sea moss, right? Because we know
Right.
Deidre soaks some, she'll
Do it
soak
up.
this moss and blend it up and make it fresh. And so since my sister ain't here to do that, I was like, okay, let me just try these pills. And honestly, I didn't get the same like you could just tell right away with the energy and stuff like that. So I'm still a little torn on which I prefer,
Right,
but
right,
yeah. Hmm.
right. And I did see this sea moss at Fiesta.
What?
It was only like $2.
What sea moss was this? Was
It
this
was
gel
the
or was this actual
No,
moss?
it was like the actual moss at Fiesta.
Really?
And because they
Well,
have
I
like,
watched Dee Dee make it.
all
I
you do
can
is
try
soak
it.
it. You soak it for 24
You
hours,
soak
rinse
it.
it,
It's soaked for
and
a while.
right. You soak it for about 2-3 days and just be sure that you have the fresh water. So I'm gonna go back to Fiesta and get this little sea moss for less than $5 and
How much?
see what it do. It
How
was,
much
it was
was
like
it?
it was like a little pack like that. So it wasn't like a big bunch, but compared to where the market is going with sea moss right now, I'm like,
Yeah.
Fiesta didn't have the most, the whole. Well, it's almost like a
That
fad
makes
and a
sense.
trend, now. Is that my baby?
That's him. The
Hey
audience wants to
nephew,
see you. Come say
happy
hi.
early birthday, handsome.
Come down so they can see you. Come into
Happy
the
early
camera, son.
birthday,
This way.
handsome.
Say thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, baby. You're welcome. And he can't wait to see you. But yes, I'm gonna go to Fiesta and I'm gonna get the sea moss because it's everything because the demand is so high. We paying $30 for a jar of sea moss right now, right? But little old Fiesta and in the international section, they've been packaging it in there for all this time. I believe it is, and I think it's good quality, right? Same thing. I believe that it is wild, Miriam. Hey girl, how you doing? But yeah, so I'm gonna go to Fiesta because same thing with buying our spices, right? Same thing with buying our
Oh,
spices.
she said it makes a lot. That's what I was wondering is how
Yeah,
much does a small pack
because it
make?
expands. It expands so much
It
once it
does
soaks in
expand.
water.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the international section of Fiesta and go
Okay.
make me some cinnamon sea moss. Um,
Pick me up a bag.
This one right here. This one right here. But yeah, same thing with our spices, right? So we pay all this money for these little jars of spices. But if you go into the international, aisle in your grocery store, you can get same price or less. You can get a bulk item of that same spice, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how
Yes.
if we just move around a little bit, especially with my
Mm-hmm.
garlic powder, my onion powder,
Yes.
I was about to say it with my accent, my garlic powder, my onion powder. I'm bigger than y'all. Hey, boo, we're gonna have to have you on the show very soon, very soon, very soon. That's
Yes.
the Love Power Show, y'all, representing on Stunner Radio on the Saturdays. But yeah, y'all. So definitely, let's jump into this detox topic for tonight. So, we've been talking about, all of these. We've talked about healthy recipes. We've talked about juicing. We've talked about so many things. Tonight, I want to talk about detoxing from relationships because I think that when we detox from relationships, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's emotional, it's mental. It really hits on that mind, body, soul. What do you think about detoxing from relationships, Regina?
Ooh, I think that's, I mean, there are some relationships that are toxic that definitely, require some detoxing. Um, and even those that are not, sometimes I think it goes into that just having that self time, to
Mhm.
spend by yourself and just kind of cut things off. I honestly, when it,
Hold on, Gina. I can't.
what she say?
She's like, she with you. She want me to get her. She want me to get her. I would not become y'all Esther
Yes,
Seamar's plug. I can't.
absolutely,
Y'all something
absolutely.
else. But you're right,
But
Gina.
yeah, I think it's definitely beneficial for us to do that. I think you sometimes, when you're in certain relationships that you're blinded in certain areas, but when you have time to take those pauses here and there, I think that allows us to see more clearly certain things that we might not have before. So if that
Right.
falls in line with the detoxing portion that you're talking about, let me know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Detoxing is really just pausing. It's almost like a fast. You just pause on what you're putting
Yes.
in and you're being mindful on what you're putting in, right? Now, y'all get ready to share it. Y'all share this broadcast if y'all have it, because now I want to get into detoxing from someone intimately. And what your body goes through when you've had intercourse with someone, right? And um what happens after that? Like, how long does it really take to get someone out of your DNA?
Mm,
That's the real detox, right? How long does it take you to get that man or that woman out of your DNA? Especially us as women. Now we know that if we do decide to do what we do, that the swimmers can stay for up to a week, right? But that's the thing that I see that most women, that's the only number that we look at, right? Is how long the swimmers stay in or stay alive and all of that stuff, right? But the true question is, after after that happens, right? After those swimmers are there, those swimmers, that DNA is absorbed into yours. His fluids are absorbed into your body. So that's the real question. How long does it really take for your body to detox from that person? What you think about that, Regina?
I think that's heavy. I think that's heavy. And it's honestly something I don't believe a lot of us stop and consider,
Right.
right? That it's more than just what you said, oh, that, week or whatever it is. It's a lot longer than that. And
Right.
it's a lot more than that.
And I
And,
know so
for me,
many saints, we think we don't want to think that we out here doing the horizontal polka, as some people call it. But it's people out here getting busy,
absolutely.
right? And they're not all married, right? And
Absolutely.
and some of us are, doing it without the, proper protecciones. So keep going, Gina. Keep going.
Well, for me, and not even in just the physical portion of it, and like you said, the absorption and all of that, but you know, there's this thing that we call soul ties,
Right.
right? And that there's a deeper connection that takes place even outside of that.
Yes, Didi. It is, Gina. It's such a deeper connection. It's like you really got to go to work, just like we go to work to get the salt, the sugars out of our bodies. Just like we go to work to get our cholesterol in order, to get our blood pressure down, to get our sugars in order. We really have to go to work to detox our natural bodies from the DNA of someone who we've been intimate with.
We do absolutely.
You know,
So
and
what
you're
what suggestions, like what ways do you have for those that are questioning right now? Well, how do I do that? What do I do? What is that process? What does it look like?
Well, one of the things is for you just to start taking what a y'all, the friend of the show, Sister Linda has arrived.
Come on now. No, she didn't chimed on in.
Okay, Sister Linda talking about the soul ties. Those soul ties can take you to a whole nother level, y'all. It can drag you down. But Regina, the first thing would probably be to, to start taking the steps that we've already been talking about, like putting good stuff into your body that's going to naturally cleanse your body, that's going to naturally cleanse your blood, that's going to cleanse your DNA. I don't suggest y'all go and start doing all them bag treatments up, them things up in you. I do not suggest that. If you pick up the box and read what the box says, those things are not healthy for your lady parts, right? So you want to be mindful. Get you a natural herbal like yoni treatment or yoni treatment, however, whatever, however you want to say it. That's going to help draw out, that DNA that's in there. And those are just good to get just on a regular, not super regular, but on a routine basis. But it's a lot. Then you got to do the actual soul work. Then you got to really, because what I think sometimes we don't realize, we may think that we're depressed, but it's actually, we're just experiencing what that other person is experiencing.
Absolutely.
Whatever they were attached to has now attached to us. So you ain't crazy, baby. Some of us are not as depressed as we know. Mind you, please, disclaimer, mental health is real, right? I'm not saying that it's not real at all. But what I am saying is that a lot of things that we go through, we're our biggest enemy. We're the one, we're self-sabotaging our own bodies because we're laying there and we're sleeping with people and we don't know what demons and what trauma are attached to that good thing. You all right, Gina? Okay. It's more than just, how it's more than just what's happening during that moment of intimacy, right? As my husband always says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because you don't know. That's what he says. He said you need 1,000 t-shirts because he always asks me when we're looking at something or thinking about something, he said, Flower, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it really worth you doing what you're about to do, the benefit or whatever you're going to get out of it? Yeah, you gotta be able to look within. But part of the detox, guys, that we've been talking about is really just to help you be able to understand your mind, body, and soul. Yes. To know, like, what does the pure me look like? Like, what do I look like when I'm clean, when I'm good, when I'm not connected to a man or relationship, or I don't have any toxic relationships around me. I'm putting, like, we have to know what's the thing in science class, Gina. You always had your what to measure against your all of your different testing things. You always had to have your, the neutral thing. I know I'm not saying the word right, but it's one thing that you, it's one variable that you had that was always the variable that you measured everything else up against. You need to know, what does the pure you look like? So that was the whole purpose of this detox guide, guys, is for us to really see, what do we look like, so that we'll know when am I not looking like my pure self?
Did she freeze on us?
I need to do some soul work. What do you think, Gina? Did I freeze on y'all? Did you freeze on me?
You froze on me.
Okay, I froze on you. But I was saying that the control, that's what it is. The
yes.
When you have a science project, you have a control, right?
Yes.
And so that control is what you measure up against every other variable that you're doing in that project, right?
Right.
And so the whole purpose of this detox, guys, is for you to know what your pure control, in control self looks like. Like, what does she look like? What does she feel like, right? Is she having headaches? Does she have migraines? So then you'll be able to know and recognize when something has changed in your life. And then that should trigger you to, okay, I need to detox. How do I need to detox? How do I reset my body back to my pure self? What do you think about that, Gina?
That's good. That's very good. I absolutely love the analogy of the control variables and so forth and so on. I think that's awesome. I actually never looked at it like that, but yeah, absolutely. And I was just sitting here thinking that oftentimes, I think we, especially our younger ladies, they might not even necessarily know what that looks like for them. Right? Because you've never been outside of a relationship or tied to someone or something like that long enough to understand you,
That's good.
her. Like you said, what does she really look like? What does she really want? What does she really like or not like? And things like that. And not really realizing that we take on characters and features of people that we have been intimate with and spent time with.
That's good. That's so true. That's so true. And I know for me, I had to fight like hell to even know who she was, who was Flower's pure self, because I had always, mom at a young age, married a couple times and so forth and so on. So I had to do that in the midst of my current marriage. And that was hard, y'all. That was hard to still maintain and still almost not even rediscover, but discover, who I really am.
Right, right.
That's the
I
hard
mean,
thing.
it's awesome, I think, when we go through that journey early on in life, but I think it happens at different stages and phases for different people. I don't think there's not a set right time or a specific time that this self-realization and actualization takes place. I think it's
Very
different.
true. Very
It's
true.
different for everyone. I think sometimes depending on what your experiences have been and what you've gone through, when you've had some life experience with things, I think it's easier for you. Well, not necessarily easier, but once you get to that place, you can tell, right? You
Yeah,
can tell that, wait a minute, I'm different. I'm feeling different. This is not anywhere where I've been before.
exactly.
I think some of us, depending upon your culture and what you've been exposed to early on in life, right? That you can be very young and already have that sensor
Right, right.
and
That's
be
so
able to
true.
build off of it.
That's so true, Gina. And then the other thing I was thinking about, one of the things that really helped me get my breakthrough was it was the words of someone else. Someone else activated me, and we both know,
That's it.
one of our, coaches and things like that. It's like she has such a way with words. And I realized that there's not enough kingdom women who speak that language. And so that's a whole nother reason why Uncommon Faith was birthed, because we need to talk about some of those things, because we can activate others. We can impart things into others. We can,
Absolutely.
exactly right. We can be the last piece of the puzzle to someone else's manifestation. And so we really got to be that voice to so many women, because they just may not know what, like, my pure self, like what, like
Right.
recalibrate, like what is that, raise up to a higher level, a higher frequency, like what is that.
Right.
And it's that because there's so many, and we're not gonna get into this, but we're gonna touch on it a little bit, because this is another series that I want to do, hopefully by the end of the year, if Regina and Deandra are cool with it. I really want to touch on, the fine line between, you know, really understanding or loving God, like loving the Trinity and being New Age at the same time. It's like
Mm.
so, it's such a fine line, but
Yes, it is.
so I definitely want us to definitely touch on that before the end of the year, because I want to help some people gain clarity
Yeah.
and offer them a breakthrough if they're ready to receive that breakthrough,
Right.
and understanding the difference, because somebody may not know, you
Right.
legit may not know that some of the things that you're doing has crossed that line, right? Because there's so many people that that love God, and but they I heard a girl today say, instead of saying on God, she said on devil. Instead of saying on God, she was like on devil. Let me tell you, I will whoop your own devil. I will do this. And I was
Wow.
like, but she had a cross on. I'm gonna let y'all hold that for a second.
Mm.
I'm gonna let you hold it for just a second,
I
right?
don't want to.
So we definitely gotta, and I think that, we just have to have those conversations. And that's why Uncommon Faith is here, because we're gonna have those conversations that make you feel uncomfortable, because growth doesn't come from our comfort zones,
That's right.
right? Growth doesn't come from us. And if you know, here at Uncommon Faith, we scream Yeshua out loud. You
Yes, we
know,
do.
we rep Jesus extremely hard. You know, there's no questioning. And even me, I have to do more research on you know, my language that I use, because sometimes the language that I use, you know, it can be misinterpreted, you know, because when we start talking about certain energies, when we start talking about vibes and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff comes from the psychic world, you know. Um, so yeah, so y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. So
That's going to be good.
hopefully
And I think,
Deandra
like you
Regina
said,
approved.
that it's needed. It is definitely needed because, to your point, I think there are a lot of people that are looking for something. They are searching. They are in need. There's a void that people are looking to fill. And like you said, they might, be a Christian, but not realize that they're getting involved in things that cross the line
Right.
into more dark
Right. And
magic
it may look like
disguised
light.
as light.
Exactly. Very true, Regina. Very true. So that's what we're gonna talk about it, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get up in there. We're gonna talk about it. Um, you know, but we just have to prepare ourselves to go to that place, because when you're in ministry and when you're dealing with such things, you have to prepare yourself. Because I just know that when we start opening up, you know,
Absolutely.
there's going to be some things and some people that are not going to be happy. But I'm
That's
here
right.
for it. I'm thinking,
It's a
y'all know,
warfare.
it
It's a
is what
warfare.
it is,
And it's
right?
real.
And yeah, yeah. But I'm here for it. I'm not going to back down. Um, it's like Gina,
Yes.
you know what it is. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to us really taking some time and doing a mini series on that. But let's jump into this retreat real quick. Let's jump into this retreat, y'all.
I'm so excited.
I'm telling y'all, it's going down. If you have
I'm so
literally
excited.
legit, y'all, legit. When I say legit, like for real, whatever y'all say these days, right? Literally, we have maybe I think one slot left. Legit, like one slot left. Because Sister Linda say, well, my registration. Sister Linda took one of the last two slots, y'all. I was like, oh, Sister Linda, I didn't know you wanted to be in the building.
Right, right.
Look at it. Exactly. I was like, Ma. She like, I know I'm on the program. I know I'm gonna be in the building. I was like, you right. Let me take one of these slots away. So literally, you guys, we do still have some virtual slots left, guys. And remember, for virtual, that will be just Friday night. It'll be a Friday night session, guys. We will be doing a raffle for all of our virtual slots, guys. And then for our premium slots, legit, we only have one left. And guys, with these, we can't add any additional. There's only a certain amount of beds in the house. So I'm hoping that if you've been teeter-tottering, that you go ahead and take that last slot, because guys, God is doing some amazing things in this season. This retreat is ordained. The topic, Be the Light, is ordained because if you pay attention to what's going on in the world today, this retreat is going to help you go into 2022 already in position to receive everything that God has for you in that season, guys. Because we know that plates are shifting, things are happening. Like, we're in the middle of this. It's a shift that we're going through, and a lot of us don't even realize the shift that we're going through. But if you put yourself in position, right, I promise you, your 2022 will be one of the most exciting years you've ever ever had. And I just believe it. I believe, like, my faith is 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Like, I know that I know that I know that I know that that, you know, we're in the pocket right now. We're in the pocket with what God is saying. We're in the pocket of what's going on in the spirit. I got a confirmation telephone call from, you know, one of my, you know, ministry coverings and things like that. And it was just like, man, total, when you receive confirmation that what you're doing is right there. And so I just don't want you guys to miss it. What you think, Gina?
I think you said it all.
Really, really, really,
Seriously,
really.
I mean, real talk. I'm excited. You know, we're all excited. We can't say the word excited enough. I mean, you know, the anticipation is bubbling over
Right.
because we know it's going to be absolutely amazing. It is going to be an amazing move. And I truly, truly believe that everyone that takes the time to invest in themselves by either attending virtually or virtual and in person, um, will change. There will be a change. There will be a shift that will take place. There will be those aha moments that will happen. There will be revelation, like activation, impartation. Like, so many things are going to take place. It is such a rich time, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. Truly.
Amen to
I
that.
can't wait to hear about all the stories, the testimonies, and different things that are going to come out of this. So definitely, we will have to do a follow up with some of our attendees so they can share their experience. So you guys can see we're not just talking.
Mm-mm, not at all.
We're
Not
not
at
just
all.
talking.
So you guys go to retreatinfo.com. Very simple. We made it very simple, very easy.
Again,
Retreat Info.
retreatinfo.com. One more time, retreatinfo.com.
All right, guys. So I got a total surprise for Regina and Deandra. I wasn't going to tell him until today, but you guys know that Mr. Bowie and the Bowies, we are such givers. You know that, you know, especially Mr. Bowie, y'all know he loves to give. He loves to break it off. So we have decided to, you know, with Uncommon Faith Ministries, we would like to help sponsor some families for Thanksgiving. So, guys, if you know anyone who needs some, you know, some help, some food, anything like that, please send us their. I don't know if I can put this in the chat. Please just send us their name, their phone number, and why you feel like they should be, you know, one of the families that we want to help sponsor for Thanksgiving. You can email myuncommonfaith@gmail. I'll put it in the chat. Please just send their name, their phone number, and why you know you want to put their name in the hat to be volunteered. Yeah. So we're super excited. You know, we were talking about the other day. He was like, "No, don't call him yet. Don't call him yet. Don't tell him yet." I was like, "I want to tell him now." So we definitely want to help bless some families with some food, whatever, you know, it is. It's not going to be as big as, you know, it's the first time. So it's probably going to be about 5. But make sure the families really, you know, feel it, that they feel, you know, totally blessed in the season. So please email My Uncommon Faith, nominating some people, guys. Please nominate some families who, you know, may need a little extra help, because word on the street is turkeys are, the price of turkeys right now is, have you priced a turkey, Gina?
What? Yes. You know me. They had a story on the news.
Oh, it was on the news how expensive the turkeys is.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
So
Somebody needs to get the turkey leg hut plug, because if they still getting turkey, have they raised their prices? I don't know. I'm
probably
just saying.
so. I really haven't. I haven't patronized a business of any sort that has not increased prices.
Right. And so that's another reason why we want to just help some families out this season, guys. So please email their name, their phone number, and why you want to, you know, put their name out there for them to receive this blessing at myuncommonfaith@gmail. What you got to close us out, Gina? What do you think about us blessing some families this?
That is awesome. Are you kidding? Like, I mean, hey, being able to be a blessing, That's what we're here for, right? We are blessed to be a blessing. So that I think that is awesome. Shout out to the Uncommon Faith family. Um, all of you guys out there, we definitely want to hear from you. Our reach only is so far, so you guys are totally an extension of us when it comes to those things. Let us know, who's out there. It's just, this is dear to me when it comes to helping, because hey, I mean, I remember as a kid, there was a time when I didn't think we was having Thanksgiving, and somebody showed up and knocked at the door with a box like the night before, and it was like,
Wow.
oh my God, so it is important. It is important. And there are people out there that it will truly impact them in a way that you'll never know. Me being, a teenager when that happened, that's something I'll never forget,
Why you gotta make
and
me
just
cry right
knowing.
before we get out the air, Regina? You know I'm a big crybaby, but guys, it's wow, wow.
So let's do this. You don't want to hold back. Don't hold back being concerned about putting somebody out there. Oh, they probably don't want nobody to know. Let me tell you something. When you find yourself in a situation, you got to let pride go. You got to let pride go and allow God to bless you, and just be open to receive it.
Well, amen on that note. Wow, you really just took me back to, we were so excited to get that box of food. Like, it didn't matter what brand it was, it didn't matter what was in the box, just to
To know somebody cared enough, thought enough.
right. Well, all right, Uncommon Faith. Gina, close this out. I can't talk.
Well, I didn't know that.
I didn't know
We
that
called
would
it that.
trigger me. I didn't know that would trigger me. Like, oh, Jesus. All right, Gina,
Yeah.
close this out, please.
Look, guys, if you didn't get a chance to like and share, please be sure to do so, because we really want people to hear about the detoxing, hear about the retreat, hear about our turkey, our turkey boxes and all that we're super excited about. But guys, we appreciate you. You are always in our thoughts and prayers. And until next time, guys, grace and peace.
Good night.